Today we're going to make a macrame bracelet. Hope you'll come and join me. So what I've done is I've taken some little cheap clamps. There's one up that end. Okay, and there's one here. Okay, so what I've got is I've got a piece of orange. I probably cut way too much, but I'm going to start with that. So we've got that one like that, and I've cut some black as well. Now we're going to make a small loop at the top. We don't need it too big, okay, on both of them, just like that and that. Not the whole length of the thread, just a small one at the top, okay. And then we're going to put the orange one under, and then we're going to put our black one through, just like that. So you've got your orange one underneath and your black one's coming through, and it's going to come over the top of this orange here, and we're going to take the orange and we're going to pull it through, okay, and then we're going to pull it like that, and that will be our first one, okay. So it took me a bit to just make sure I was doing it right, so I've had a little go. As you can see, I didn't mucked it up at the top there, but I'm just gonna, I can always come back and untie that once it's undone. So what I'm going to do is each time I'm always going to put my black thread over the top, okay. Then I'm going to take my orange thread and I'm going to bring it over the top of that black thread there, and I'm going to bring it around and I'm going to pop it into that hole, but making sure that I've gone under the two pieces of thread there. So it's going to go over that thread like that, okay, and then we're going to pull that tight there and we're going to bring it up, okay. So I'm going to always put my black thread over first, then I'm going to lift my orange, put it over the black thread, bring it around here over the black thread again, and then pull it tight, okay. Okay, and the next one, so it's always the black one first, black one over, okay, and then the orange one goes over that top of that black thread there, bring it up around like that, over the top of the second black thread, but remember I went under with that one, pull it up and through, black one over, orange one over the top of the black, under those two threads, into that loop and pull it tight. There we go, okay. Black one over, orange one's over the top of the black, underneath the two threads, in through the hole, take it out, pull it tight, and that's your next one, okay. So we'll just carry on that one. Black one over, orange one over but under, orange one through the loop and pull it tight. And that's all there is to it, and you're just going to keep going until you think there's enough for your dolls on, okay. If you find I've just made a mistake here, look, if you find you made a mistake, just go back and unpick your little knots, and you should find that that'll come out okay. I put the orange one over rather than the black one, so you can see that there was a little mistake there, okay. So I'll just carry on now. The black one over, orange one over the top of the black thread, under the two and over the black, okay. Just keep going with that, all right. Okay, I've got quite a long piece. It took me a while to get into the swing of doing it, but I'm sort of getting it now. You're just putting your black one over, then you put your orange one over, under the two and in through, and that was it. So my black one went over the black one, under the two and in through. Whoops. There we go. It took me a while to get into the swing of it, but I've got quite a long piece coming down now, which I'm reasonably happy with. I think if I do another one, I'll just keep the tension a little bit better. So over, under and through that hole. I think getting the tension right would help, because you'd have all the knots exactly the same. So as I came down here, you can see they're much better. But I've got quite a long piece now of stitches which I've done right. So when I'm just going to do a few more, and then I'm going to take it off. So I'll just go through with you and do a few more. Over, put your orange one over the top of that one, under the two, and then in through the hole. Okay, so it's going over, your orange one comes over the top, over, under the bottom, and through that hole. And as you can see, then you're getting a nice little bobble on either side there. Do one last one, over, under the black, over the black one, under the two threads, and then over the top of the other black one, and tie your knot. Okay, over the top of the black one, under those two, through the top of the loop, and tie your knot. Okay, so we've got that, and then I'm going to have a go at doing the end pieces. Okay, so I've had to put a needle on it because my hands don't work as well as hopefully yours will. Okay, so I'm going to put my first loop up that side like that, make my second loop on that side like that, so you've got like a little bow shape on your bracelet. So you've got one up there and one there. Okay, try and lift that up so you can see. So you've got your end here, and you've got your little bow shape. Okay, and then I've taken my needle, and I'm going to put my needle through the middle, and you just probably have your string around, and I'm going to put it around once, twice. So you've got two loops now. Look, can you see? One loop, two loops, and then bring it along. Got those loops reasonably tight, and then through the third time. Like that, and then I'm going to come through my first loop on the other side there, so it's going to go in. It's really hard to show you how to do it. So you've got your three loops like that, then you're going to place your needle through there, okay, and then you're going to take it and place it in through those three loops like that. All right, okay. Oops, I've got a piece of black thread there. Don't catch that, just pull that back out again. Okay, and there we go, and then I'm just going to drop it down, my needle, through that last loop there. Okay, and then you should be able to pull that and get those loops tight. And what I found to do to help to make it go nice and tight was to grab the second loop along, and you want to what you need to do is make sure you get them in the right order. So that will be my first loop because it's pulled the tightest first, and then I'm going to try and get the next one to pull in tight. I found this harder than making the dresses, but you probably, if your hands work better. So I've got one loop nice and tight, and I'm going to get the second loop nice and tight on there. So you've got 1, 2 reasonably tight loops. Okay, perfectly tight, so those two are tight, and then you should be able to pull with your needle to make that third loop nice and tight. Okay, and then what you're going to do is grab hold of your end here, and your end of your end which is on the needle, and you're just going to pull all that in, making sure none of this stuff from the bracelet, you only really want to be catching those bits from that. All right, so you're just pulling in these pieces which are here, so that piece and that piece. Okay, and you're just going to pull that in, and you're pulling that piece in. What have I ended up with here? Hang on, I think I've got a bit of a knot somewhere. Pull that out again. So I just pulled those two loops, and it just tied it, and it tied it into a knot just there. Okay, just pulling the wrong pieces. Alright, so I've just tied that in a knot. I'm just going to do another one. I don't think this is right. Okay, so that's your knot. Okay, so you've got your knot there. Alright, on that like that. Then what you need to do is take all your pieces on this side like that, which have gone through that centerpiece, and then take all the pieces which have gone through that centerpiece on this side. Okay, I'm just gonna gently pull them through. Alright, let's just pull these ones out of the way. There. That was very fiddly. There we go, and there we have it. I don't know why. That was, there we go. And that is it, there we go. It's all held together by that knot, okay? Right. That face didn't go through that piece, so what I'm going to do is just put this piece here, this string, in through there. That was very fiddly. And there it is. Okay, now I'd made a mistake on mine. I'd cut the string by accident, so I tied a knot in it, so my bracelet, when I pull it, will not fold all the way up into where it's supposed to be because of that knot there. Okay, but you should be able to just pull. I think I've got this, and it'll tighten it right up. Oh, I was doing it just a second ago. What am I doing wrong? Oh, hang on a minute. That's it. You should be able to pull these ends, and they'll just pull it all together like that. Okay, and what I'm going to do is take my ends like this, and I'm just going to tie it into a knot all together like that. Okay, so you've got all of your ends going through. Make sure every single one is going through like that on that side. And those are also the two ends from that piece in the center there. Okay, so you need those to go with it as well. I mean, you could plait it or something if you wanted to make it like a little bit more pretty. And then we're going to do exactly the same with this side. Okay, I want them to sort of hang about the roughly the same size on both sides. Okay, and it'll pull in like that, and you just open it like that. Okay, and it won't go any further because you've got those two knots there. So just pull it back, and then you've got your little bracelet. I'm quite happy with that for a first attempt. I've never done it before, but probably I would practice a lot more before I want to do it. But I'll put it up for you to see, so you can see what I've done.
So here's my bracelet. It looks really cute. I hope you like it. It was really fiddly to make, and you can see it's turned out really nice. I will practice this because this was my first time ever making a bracelet, and I think that it was just a trial run, and I'm going to practice and see if I can get really good at it. But I've enjoyed making it, although it was a bit difficult with my hands not being very well. But I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you'll come along and make one with us. Okay, goodbye.